Hi everyone, welcome to Awesome Crafter. I'm Lisa and today I'm going to be showing you how we're going to apply HTV vinyl to a project using our Cricut Easy Press. So for this craft I'm going to be using a baby vest. I'm going to apply a cute little design onto the front of my vest using black HTV vinyl. I'm going to use a green standard grid mat. I've got a weeding tool, some scissors and a ruler. I've got my Cricut maker and I'm going to be using a 5-point blade, and I've got my Cricut Easy Press and my Cricut Easy Press mat. To get started with this project we need to head over to Design Space and choose the cute little picture that we're going to put on the vest. Now we're in Design Space and we've got our canvas. What we need to do is we need to click on the upload button and we need to go to upload image, and then we need to click on browse to search for our files. As you can see here, I've got a cute little design already in there for a zebra. So we're going to choose the zebra SVG and we're going to click open. There we go, there's our cute little guy there. So that's the one that I've chose. So we're going to click on upload. And as you can see now, it's been popped into recent uploads. So we're just going to click on that. Then it puts a green box around it to show that that's the one that's been selected. And we're going to click on add to canvas. We can now see that the design of our zebra is on our canvas. So what we need to do now is we need to pop back over to our vest and measure it to get the measurements so that we can alter it in Design Space. Now we're back over here, we're just going to take our ruler, I'm going to measure across our vest, and we can see that I've got about 7 inches going across, and going down I've got quite a bit more. I've probably got about 8 inches there. Now that we've got our measurements, we can head back over to Design Space and we're going to alter the sizes on Design Space to make sure that our design is going to fit nicely on the front of our vest. So now we're back in Design Space onto our design. We now need to alter the size of the design. So we're going to head up here to the size boxes, and what I'm going to do in the width, I'm going to change it to 4 inches because I don't want it to be too wide and take up all the vest. And obviously then it's changed the size of the height in proportion to just over 7 inches. And I think that'll be just fine because that'll give us plenty of room. Once we're happy with the size of the design, what we're going to do is we're going to click on select all, because as we can see we've got several little cut pieces here, and I'm just going to click on attach because I want it to all cut out as one solid design. And then we're going to click on make it. As we can see now, that's how it's going to look on our mat. I'm just going to move it down because I don't want it right up to the edge. As we're using heat transfer vinyl, we need to mirror our image so that it cuts our design out the wrong way, so that when we apply it onto our vest, it's then going to look the way that we want it to. So to do that, we're just going to click on mirror. And as you can see now, that's flipped over the design. And then we're going to click on continue. To make my design today, I'm using my Cricut maker, but you can use any cutting machine that is capable of cutting an SVG file. Now we need to select our material, so I'm going to select premium vinyl, and we're going to select the pressure to be more because I like to use that so it gives the best cut possible. Now we've selected our material and our pressure, we need to head back over here and we now need to prepare our mat ready for cutting. So we're going to take our green standard cut mat and we're going to remove the protective film. We now need to take our heat transfer vinyl, and it has a shiny side and it has a dull side. We need to place it with the shiny side down. We need to secure it quite firmly onto our mat. We don't need it to cut through the shiny sheet because that's just the carrier sheet that's going to help us transfer our design onto our vest. So we just need it to actually just cut the black vinyl. Now that's ready, just going to pop the mat into the maker and we're going to click on the flashing arrow key. That's going to load our mat for us. As we've already chosen our material and the pressure, we're just going to click the flashing Cricut button in a minute. If you're using a new vinyl or a new type of material for the first time, it is recommended that you do a small test cut to check that the settings that you've selected are going to be suitable enough to cut through the material that you've chose. I, however, have used this vinyl several times before for several projects, and I know that the settings I've chose will cut it just perfectly. So now we're ready, we're going to click on the flashing Cricut button and our design will start cutting out. Now that our design is finished cutting, we're going to press the flashing arrow key and that's going to eject our mat. Now we need to remove our vinyl from our mat, and the way that I find this is best to do it is to flip over your mat and to remove the mat from the vinyl. This prevents the vinyl from curling. Now that we've removed the vinyl from the mat, we just need to cut around the edge of our design. This will save time with the weeding and it will also allow us to save the vinyl for future projects. So we're going to take the scissors and we're just going to snip around the edge of our design. Now our design is ready for weeding. So while I'm going to weed this out, I'm also going to turn on my easy press so that can be heating up. If you're unsure of the settings that you need to use for your vinyl, then you can head over to Cricut's website and there's a section for heat settings, and that will allow you to choose the material that you're using and it will tell you the recommended heat settings, or alternatively, sometimes on the vinyl it also tells you recommended heat settings on the packet as well. I'm going to get on with weeding my design and I shall see you back here when it's all weeded. Now our design has all been weeded, it's now time to apply it to our vest. We're going to take our Cricut Easy Press and we're going to pop our little baby vest onto our Cricut mat. And it is recommended that before you apply the vinyl, you just heat the vest just for about 5 seconds, just to remove any moisture and to warm up the vest. This sometimes helps the vinyl to adhere to it. There we go. Now we're going to take our design and we're going to line it up on the front of the vest. For this, I'm just going to take my ruler again because I want it to be quite central. So I'm just going to measure and make sure that it is quite equal. There we go, that's quite central. I was happy with the size it turned out because we don't want it to be too overpowering. Once you are happy with the position of your design, it's now time to press it onto the front of your vest. For this, I've got my Cricut Easy Press set to 160 degrees Celsius and I'm going to heat it for 30 seconds. While I'm doing this, I'm just going to keep moving my heat press around just to make sure that all of my design is covered. Once you've applied the heat press to the front of your design, it is recommended then that you flip over the design and you just heat it from the back for a further 15 seconds. Once the design has been heated for the recommended time, we're just going to let it cool down for a couple of seconds and then we're going to slowly start peeling away the plastic carrier sheet from the front of the design. Once you start peeling away the design, if you notice that any part of your design hasn't stuck down properly, then all you need to do is take your heat press again and just reapply some of the heat onto the front of the design just to allow it to have a bit more heat to help it stick, and then just continue to remove the carrier sheet. And there we go. As we can see now, that's been stuck down perfect. I think it's a really cute little guy. And that's how easy it is to apply heat transfer vinyl onto your project using your Cricut Easy Press. I really hope you enjoyed this video and I will look forward to seeing you in my next one. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye for now.